Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation that you find yourself in. And as always, we have our 3 piles here with group 1 on the left through to group 3 on the right. I'll show you the reverse side of these cards in case it helps with your selection. The timestamps will be in the description box below along with the cards that I'm using. If you'd like a private reading with me or a kinesiology balance, you can find the information in the description box below. That being said, I'll leave you with your selection and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the little howlite stone, then this is going to be for you. And howlite is a beautiful supportive stone when it comes to dreams. I know that was actually one of the first crystals I ever worked with. Tiny little howlite, I popped it in my pillowcase to help me with my dreams. Maybe you've got a lot of messages coming through your dreams at this time. That could be a strong thing for you at the moment. Or maybe just needing more restful sleep could be a message as well. But some of the energies in your reading, group 1 is Gemini, Scorpio, Capricorn, Aquarius, Libra are the main energies here. And yeah, Capricorn's here quite strongly. And I'm also going to be doing the pendulum for you at the end, so you might like to think of what your question is. And let's see, I've got Leo energy poking through here as well actually. But anyway, let's start with the past energy with the Lovers, the Queen of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. So interesting, past energy, you have been deeply committed to building a life, building a solid and steady, stable life full of abundance. There's a lot of abundance around you. I can see you're already an abundant person. And it looks like things have been going fairly well. However, the 10 of Wands is there. So it indicates that the things you've been dealing with in order to build your abundance have been excessively heavy. There's maybe some dramas or things you've had to take on that were not your responsibility or have just been heavy burdens, a little bit unfair perhaps at times, feeling not very supported. Maybe it's in your workplace. We have got a lot of relationship energy around you that does look like it is blossoming. So I can see it's like in each card where there's a couple, things are really bright, but here when you're battling something on your own, it looks almost unbearable. It does seem heavy. So I think there's multiple things going on for you at the moment, but either way, I do feel like you are building yourself a lot of abundance and success in your life at this time. Now, as we progress into the week ahead, you've got the 6 of Wands immediately, which was really good to see. It was also in your area of what you don't see coming last week if you're a group 1 repetitively. So whatever that is has come full forward because it's right here at the start of your week. And the 6 of Wands is all about a public victory, being noticed, being recognized, somebody seeing your work and either congratulating you or choosing you in some way. But you've worked hard, again, like coming off this 10 of Wands, it's like all that hard work is starting to really pay off. You're seeing that it does pay off in the end. Maybe there was some things that are not yours to carry and you perhaps have put those down, given that we've gone from a 10 down to a 6. You may put a bunch of stuff down that you don't need to carry anymore, and it's making you lighter and it's helping the climb happen for you. So this looks like a brilliant week for you. You've got the Knight of Wands as well, so we've got a bit of a momentum and passion here. The Knight of Wands can also be dealing with somebody who's a little hot and cold or inconsistent. If you're dealing with that energy, you might be doing what you can to navigate that or put it to rest or change it in some way. Maybe it's the way you communicate. Maybe it's your energy that's hot and cold as well. Like, always consider if this is you or somebody else, because it will be different for everyone connecting. But the Death card and the 8 of Wands now makes me feel like there's a situation that's really changing for you, and you're going to be communicating a lot about the inconsistencies, things that don't work, things that need to finish as well. With the Death card here, there's definitely an ending going on. Interestingly, because you've got the 10 of Swords coming after that, you're definitely having a talk, or there may be many conversations back and forwards around the end of one thing, but it's a transformation truly, because death is about transformation. I've got a bit of a headache coming in as I talk on this, so maybe you've got a lot of pressure at the moment around this situation. As I've grabbed the cards, it really is a bit sore in here. So maybe just keep the water up, keep drinking lots of water and rest, and try not to burn your head with too many thoughts or stress around the situation. But the Ten of Swords in this deck is a phoenix. So it's not someone stabbed everywhere like often the Ten of Swords is. This one's more about your rebirth and look at that. This card always reminds me of the Magician, even though it's the Eight of Wands. It has Magician vibes for me. I really feel like there's powerful change happening for you, which is actually remarkable, because what sits above these cards is the messages from your higher self, and this one is a powerful change will transform your life. And it's kind of eclipse energy here too, so it's definitely very karmic, feels very destined. Now what came out with the Ten of Swords was actually the Eight of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, so this could be a change in your finances or in your workspace, in your craft, what it is you're creating. There could be a big powerful change in this area, and there's lots of conversations about it this week. Lots of, maybe a little bit of logistics here and there, trying to work out how things are going to work, how things are going to change, what's going to happen. Communication is key here. Confidence is key as well. I'm going to hold this one up as well. This is your personal power card for this week, and it's I am abundant. So with the Ten of Pentacles in your reading, Eight of Pentacles, you've got the Queen of Pentacles. There's a lot of strong energy here that says there's a massive shift happening that's going to increase your abundance. But you already are abundant. That's it. You're attracting even more of what you are. So keep up the water or the tea. But in your area of challenge, you've got the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Swords is stress, overthinking things, anxiety, sleepless nights, haunting dreams. You've got the howlite here, so howlite might really be a good soother for you right now. But when I asked for a clarifier, I got the Knight of Pentacles. So the stress could very well be about the pace of things. Feeling like you're a beginner or a novice could sometimes be the message for some of you, but particularly the pace. You might feel like things are going too slowly, a little uncertainty about how it's all going to unfold. Try not to future project too much and just be super present with this journey, this point in the journey, because you're right where you need to be, and it seems to be a bit of a critical moment. Now, what will help with the challenge? I love this. You've got the Three of Wands and the King of Pentacles. So from the Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles, it's just wait and see. Your expertise will show itself. Your capacity or capabilities will show itself. Your experience, your energy, the fact that you are the King of Pentacles, male or female, does not matter. We've got a King and a Queen of Pentacles in this reading, by the way. I think it's time to just let things unfold. Good things are coming towards you. As I was pulling what you don't see coming, the Judgment card flew out and landed perfectly up on the other side of the table with them. So I'm keeping it here. It really showed that that's where it wanted to be, you know. And again, it reiterates that message that you just need to follow your heart, follow your calling, which is amazing, because the card that sits above that in your higher self message is following your heart will lead you to the right things. And that's what you're doing. You really are being led to the right things. And I noticed the fence line here between you and these other people, if that is you. And there's something about that makes me feel like just keep some things on your side of the fence, or keep some things to yourself. Let them cook gently and organically. Keep up certain boundaries that are necessary. Things are definitely changing, and you can look forward to that. It's like God is putting you where you need to be. You can really trust divine destiny is unfolding. Underlying energy is the star. So yeah, there's a lot of good energy that's percolating for group one. What you don't see coming is the Two of Swords, the Four of Wands, Eight of Cups, Four of Pentacles. This is interesting as well. It talks about leaving a community behind, but there's a sense of the fence over there, and the Four of Pentacles here makes me feel like there's definitely some plans to keep quiet or keep to yourself. Four of Pentacles is about conserving your energy, saving your money, having good boundaries, learning where to say no or cut back on things. And the Eight of Cups is about walking away from something. Some of you might be moving away from the home you live in. There might be a change of home. But it could be about community as well. There's definitely some changes going on for you guys. And what you don't see coming is what looks like Well, Eight of Cups often comes out when there's no other choice. You've kind of got to go. So something may unfold where it's this is the time. There's no doubt about it. But the Two of Swords is a pull between the head and the heart. So if you are needing to make a choice, follow your heart. It'll lead you to the right things. Your biggest challenge right now is the mind, Nine of Swords. So follow your heart. Drop into your heart. Be present with what's in front of you. If you're having trouble deciding, just drop into what's in front of you and try not to decide, and just do and be, and it'll unfold in the way it's supposed to. But again, there's some things you might need to walk away from or give boundaries around, people or situations, maybe even yourself. And many of you, a change of home is on the cards. I don't know if it's like this week or coming soon, but something's leading towards really big changes. In the outcome of the tarot, you've got the Hanged One coming out first. That comes when we have a trouble with the perspective at times, or we feel trapped, or we feel like maybe we're not seeing it from the right angle, the situation, whatever it is that bothers you at this time, or the situation in general. The Nine of Cups came out after that, but then the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Wands. So what I'm seeing here, and I feel like this was a strong theme in last week's reading, like a couple of groups, but it's this message where there's the things that are unfolding for you may feel like you have to protect yourself, defend yourself. You may feel exhausted by certain things, but in actual fact, it's your wishes unfolding. The reason behind the things that make you uncomfortable right now, or the things that are challenging you. It's really saying that you have got what it takes to persevere. Stay true to what you believe is right for you in your heart. Trust that the way things are unfolding is actually happening for you. There's a wish fulfillment here. And those of you that are having a birthday this week, I like to say happy birthday when this one comes out, because there's always someone. And it's Scorpio season. Absolute legends. Love my Scorpios. But yeah, this outcome is great. You need to just shift your perspective from perhaps that self-defensive or protective energy and exhausted energy into that, this is happening for me, not to me. My wishes are coming true. So in your oracle cards, you've got this amazing card. I've chosen the Halloween deck, of course. Happy Halloween, by the way. And it's the spider, community and web weaving. So I'm going to read that to you guys. She spins her silk alone in the dark with hope of collection, sticky with dreams, weaving the worlds, a wide web of connection. Masses of sticky spiderwebs make Halloween decorations complete. The idea of a haunted house covered in the artwork of a big hairy spider is classic horror. Even those of us who appreciate our eight-legged friends still hurriedly brush off those stealthy webs if we run into them in the dark. Although most spiders are not venomous, humans have an innate fear of them. Perhaps it's the fangs or poison, perhaps it's all those legs and the way they move. Perhaps it's where they live, often in the dark hidden places, or the way our Western popular culture has demonized them by making them giant, fierce and man-eating. Some cultures, though, revere the spider in very positive ways. Many Native American traditions, for example, the spider is the creature that gives birth to all other animals and sustains the web of life. The goddess spider grandmother is a key deity that brings wisdom, safety and communication to all the tribes. She created and wove all the stars in the sky and makes soft webs for those that are troubled to rest upon and be supported by. Spiders' webs can be seen as a symbol of connection, not necessarily entrapment. There's a fine line sometimes between a family or a community supporting us and controlling us. This card looks at this discernment. It also suggests you review the way you communicate with the wider community, at work or generally with others, and take steps to improve this or do it slightly differently. It also indicates that there needs to be a balance between what you do for yourself and what you do for others. If we give too much to the outside, our strength diminishes and we cannot weave the supporting web for ourselves. It's interesting. I love the message of spider. I also see it as a very connected co-creation energy. So we also have the end of a tough cycle approaches with full moon in Capricorn, but you've also got Capricorn energy in this card, the I am abundant. So you've definitely got things coming to a head. I love the color combo too. Look at these two different decks. Absolutely amazing lineup there with the beautiful colors. That always happens. I love it. You've got the Sandpiper spirit with be playful as well. So I'm going to read you the oracle message and the protection message. You can take both or one, that's up to you, whatever resonates. So sandpipers are like cute little clowns poking their beaks into the sand before darting off to chase the waves. The appearance of Sandpiper's spirit is a sign that now is a time to engage your playfulness. Whatever tasks you have before you, perform them with a lightness of being. Explore the familiar, discovering the new in the old. Who knows what treasures await when you let yourself laugh and have fun. Sandpiper's spirit, happy and curious nature, can help you feel rejuvenated as you remember your ability to run and fly and dance playfully. So maybe you're just needing more play. If you have children, it's a great way to start. Great place to start. And animals too, of course. Nieces, nephews, all the youth, you know. Anyway, protection message. When your heart is heavy and life seems to weigh you down, Sandpiper's spirit message is to lighten your burden by finding joy and humor in the everyday. Become like a playful child filled with curiosity and wonder. Soon you will find you feel your own spirit lift. A few minutes or hours of fun-filled delight is exactly what you need now. Enjoy the ridiculousness of life and be willing to jump in. Let your inner goof out and express itself with abandon. I love that. Time for some play, group 1. And we've already seen these. Oh no, there's one you haven't seen. But the higher self messages was a powerful change will transform your life. You had the following your heart will lead you to the right things. But you also have learn how to honor and treat your body well. Whether that's diet, exercise, sleep, rest, stretching, whatever it may be. Your body needs some love and to be respected. So let's jump into the pendulum for group 1. Okay. Creator, please allow us to see the answers for group 1. What is yes going to look like? It's being mighty still. Can I see what yes is going to look like? We got no movement at all. Can I see a yes for group 1? Can we have a look at the question? Here we go. Thank you. Can I see a no? What's no going to look like for group 1? Beautiful. Okay, Divine Creator, can we please see the answer for group 1's question now? What's the answer for the question they hold? It looks like a pretty firm, strong yes here. No doubt about it. It's a yes, so hopefully that's supportive, but always use discernment with such a tool, of course. But that's what I have for you, group 1. I hope that reading has resonated with you. It brings you some comfort, clarity, or guidance. If you like the reading, click like. It helps other people see it. And any private sessions, you can book that in the description box below. Take a look if you feel called to book a reading or a kinesiology balance, no worries. But yeah, that is all group 1, and I look forward to reading for you all again next week. Take care. Hey group 2, and welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the beautiful fox, then this is going to be your reading. So foxes are very well known for their cunning brilliance. They're very smart, strategic, often associated with the 7 of Swords in the tarot. Just seeing if you've got the 7 of Swords here. It hasn't shown up, but that's all good. The fox is definitely a very clever, quick-witted energy. So maybe you're needing your wits about you at the moment, or maybe leaning into that fox spirit might be really helpful for you. But group 2, I've got here Capricorn, Leo energy, Cancer and Scorpio. So those are the main energies. What's that? Just sometimes these come with a no, nothing there. Sometimes they come with a little glyph, so you can see the sign. Oh, Cancer's here as well. Some people call that Pisces energy too, so maybe that's you. But anyway, group 2, let's jump into the read with the past energy. What is going on, group 2? We've got the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and the Moon in the past energy. This looks like it's been pretty tumultuous. This could be recent past or long distant. Maybe you're rehashing something from a while ago, but either way, there is a heavy energy here. I mean, look at the 5 of Cups. She's feeling, the word destitute comes to mind for some reason, but she does look like she's kind of giving up in a sense. She feels defeated. The cups are all spilt. However, there are still 2 cups behind. Always we like to see the silver lining in these cards, and often there is, in many cards, still something there to save you, or something that still stands for you. The 2 of Cups behind you tells me that, you know, there's something to salvage in your situation, but there is a great sense of loss. Maybe you've left behind a relationship, or maybe it's something else. But the 5 of Swords show that this is a battle that you've been through here, and it's something that it often can feel quite unfair, or it can feel manipulative or manipulated, the situation, or like something's conspired against you in some way. That may be what you feel. There may be feelings of skepticism here, or suspicion even. With the moon here, it's about things unseen. It's the subconscious realm. It can be also alluding to like illusions or fears or things that you believe that may not be quite clear. So based on your experiences, you may have become very skeptical of a situation or a person, or it could be that this situation runs so deep inside that of your core that it feels hard to come up for air, or it feels hard to make sense of what's unfolding. It seems to have triggered some past wounds, perhaps. There's some past wounds coming up here. We've got the 6 of Cups in the week ahead. Coupled with that moon energy, the 5 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, sorry, maybe you've this could be an argument from someone from the past, or it could be about family as well with the 6 of Cups. It could be about conception and children. Maybe your children are struggling with aggression or frustrations or emotional regulation, or who knows. It'll be different for everyone, and it looks like it's a little messy right now, so it's kind of hard to read, but it's clear in a sense at the same time. Hard to read as in it's a general, so I won't be able to pick it perfectly for everyone, but you'll be able to pick how it relates to you. You got 3 5s straight up here. It's 5 of Cups, 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands. Indicates really big changes that are uncomfortable to face. Is there any other 5s? Yeah, that's all the 5s there. But as we progress into this week ahead with this 6 of Cups energy, yeah, like I said, you could be revisiting an old wound or an old situation or an old feud that could have come up for you, or somehow it mirrors an experience you've had in the past, or it could also have to do with childhood trauma, childhood experiences, things from your childhood. We've got the 8 of Swords next as well, so it's not the most comfortable week. You're definitely being asked to revisit some things. I'm pretty sure Mercury's retrograde right now. We've got a few, we've got Chiron in Aries at the moment. There's a few energies which would be conjunct with Jupiter. No, that's in Cancer. Never mind. I'm just trying to remember stuff off the top of my head, and it's not a good idea in a general reading. I should revisit that before I speak on it. But either way, what I do know is there's definitely been a lot of reflection at the moment from painful past experiences, and just trying to heal from those things. And with the 8 of Swords here, you may find yourself in a situation that you feel like you're very powerless to create the change, or you may feel very much like you're doubting yourself, or you're maybe you've done something and you're feeling really bad about it, or maybe someone else has done something and it makes you feel powerless or feels hurtful in some way. From this one, she seems very trapped, and it also feels mentally rigid as well. So I do think it's a good time to just try and release whatever tension. Something I'm going to hold up here is your higher self messages. I've got 3 cards from this deck, and this one in particular seems like the right time to hold it up. It says rejection is for your protection. So if there is an experience where you've had to walk away from a battlefield, or whether that be a work job situation or a relationship, family matters, whatever it is for you, there's been some kind of battle that's still unfolding, and if there is a rejection in this area, trust that it is to align you where you are supposed to be. And because you've got the card, you're exactly where you are supposed to be, exactly where you need to be. And if that's in a moment of discomfort, then ride it out, because it's only going to bring the sun afterwards. It's only going to reveal what you need to know and where you need to go. There's definitely changes happening here. You are. I'm going to keep holding these up. There's 3 cards, and it just feels like the right time. So the next one was continue to make the most out of every open door. So any resources or things that are available to you right now, any opportunities that are here for you right now that haven't currently fallen away, and please utilize those. Local services, charities, support networks, whatever it is. If there's an open door here right now that's not fully closed yet, make the most of it in whatever way you can. Because something is changing, and I think it'll be beneficial that you do lean on all the resources around you. There's another card I want to hold up right now. I don't normally do the oracles like this, but it just feels right. This is your personal power card for this week, and it's I am unbreakable. So you're definitely going through a situation that's asking you to bend, but you will not be broken. You are unbreakable. Remember, that is your personal power to know this week. You are not breakable. You're just going through some changes, perhaps. Maybe you look very uncomfortable, but here we go. As we progress into the week ahead, we have got the 2 of Cups. It came out with the 10 of Wands. So some of you, there might be a relationship that feels very heavy for you at the moment, or you may feel like you're the one doing all the work or taking the responsibility or doing the heavy lifting in a relationship. It could be work, it could be romantic, friend, whatever. It could be anything. And then the 4 of Swords was after that. So it's like maybe you're really thinking about what relationships are beneficial and supportive to you, what you need to maybe, I think you're just meditating on what needs to change, what conversations need to be had. And you're maybe not ready to have those conversations yet, but the 4 of Swords is here because you're meditating on it. You're needing a bit more rest. By the end of the week, I think it would be a good idea if you can find some downtime, maybe over the next weekend or something, any way you can, to get some extra naps in or rest, and just maybe a bit of automatic writing, put on some nice music and oils, and just get a pen and paper, and don't force anything to come out. But if a random word, shape or squiggle wants to be drawn, then do so. But it's just mainly just focus on the breathing and the meditation. I'm sure there's plenty of guided automatic writing practices you can do if you want to be guided in that, something you've never done before. I do feel like quite strongly drawn to automatic writing for someone here. But there's definitely a sense of heaviness, and maybe this 2 of Cups, for some of you, this 2 of Cups could be your only support. Amongst all of it, you've got a good friend there, or you've got a beautiful partner, or you've got, something there. Maybe it's your pet, or maybe it's your neighbor, or a local person at the support hub, or, we're just making things up now, but there's definitely companionship around you. Some of you, that companionship may be the source of burden in a sense right now, but conversations need to be had around that. If that is the case, take it how it resonates. Like I said, it's a choppy reading. It's definitely got some complication and stress here, but for everyone it may resonate a little differently. In the area of challenge, you have the 2 of Wands first of all, so a big crossroads you face, and then after that, clarifying it, came the Devil. So you may have to make a big choice in the material realm, given the Devil is here. It could be about your finances, or things that you feel like you're locked in a contract with, or there's something about this that may feel like you're trapped, or it may siphon your energy in some way, and you're being moved away from that situation, and that's the challenge. However, interestingly, I want to pull this card up too. You've got Vampire with emotional intelligence, and I'll read that for you shortly, but just holding the Devil up as well, this can sometimes be energy vampire vibes you may be dealing with. I will read that very shortly, but just felt like, I don't know, time to bring that in, just considering that maybe that's something you're at a crossroads with, maybe something you may be facing some situation, whether it's in your own self, thoughts, feelings and behaviors, or that of somebody else, that's making you reflect and grow in your emotional intelligence and make some different choices, because there's discomfort here and it's coming from change and growth. As much as it may feel like it's not, it definitely is encouraging growth and supporting you to make some really beneficial changes, and that's the challenge. What will help with the challenge is the Queen of Swords, healthy boundaries, speaking your truth. Again, emotional intelligence, that is the Queen of Swords. She's not overrun by her emotions, and she's definitely not in a victim mindset. This is somebody who doesn't really let the emotions rule the show. And as you may have heard before, when emotions are high, intelligence is low. So they've got the strength with the Queen of Swords, like we needed any more emphasis on that sort of punchy energy there, not violent energy, but strong. Like, this is strong intellect, this is clarity, this is communication, and this is the ability to make hard choices, with the Strength card being there. Definitely. I feel like you've got to be a bit of a leader in some regard, and just maybe speak on your boundaries or speak on what needs to change. In the area of what you don't see coming, you've got 3 major arcana first, with the Death card, the Chariot, the Wheel of Fortune, and then minor arcana, the 7 of Pentacles. So what you don't see coming, definitely massive change. Just those 3 alone, it's like the universe is shaking things up for you. It may be creating endings. It's here to build your confidence in a new direction, though. You are definitely being taken to a new direction. And this new direction could have to do with your investments of your time and energy, with the 7 of Pentacles here. So there's a change in what you invest in. There's a change in how you go about your day coming very soon, if it's not here already. 2 of Wands is already there in what you in the challenge. So the challenge is creating the change or going along with it, perhaps, and letting go of certain things that don't serve you with that Devil energy. Mind you, I'll hold this card up now. What do you need to release? The waning moon. What do you need to release? But with these particular cards here, it shows that the change is definitely upon you, and it's going to require your hard work, though, to rebuild or to reinvest or to just continue working before you see the results. She's watering a tiny little seedling here, but it promises to grow into a big, beautiful sunflower. So just stay with what deserves your investment in the long term. There's no instant gratification stuff here. In the outcome of the tarot, you've got the Queen of Cups, 8 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. So again, more indication of moving away from something potentially long-term or a big change into something else. You're moving towards something maybe more sustainable or financially providing for you. You may also be walking away from emotional patterns that don't serve you as well, whether that's lashing out or responding in a certain way, or letting your emotions run the show in times when you're feeling a certain way. Like maybe it's learning how to handle those emotions differently. Queen of Swords is, again, what will help with any challenges. Remember that. Queen of Swords and the Strength card. Queen of Swords doesn't have to be cold-hearted and cutting, although she can be represented like that. Maybe there's a place you need to be, but I don't think that's it. I really do think it's more about emotional intelligence and understanding your feelings deeper. 8 of Cups, you're definitely in a state of release, but I do feel like it's to move towards this 10 of Pentacles energy, something quite abundant for you. For some of you, you could be leaving behind something that you were building for quite some time. That could definitely be the message here, something you put a lot into and you thought it would be forever. That's definitely a possibility here, but either way, you're being moved to where you need to be, and right now you're exactly where you need to be. Continue to make the most out of every open door. Rejection is for your protection. I really feel like they go well with that message. So up in the oracles, I'll also mention, I didn't tell you before, but we'll do a pendulum question for you at the end if you'd like to think of that. But your oracle vampire, the deepest, the coldest, the craving of the blood, the hole never filled, the longing like a flood. Whilst there are almost uncountable examples of vampires in literature, movies and games, somehow the archetype of the blood-hunting, night-stalking and somewhat elegant creature keeps being reinvented to seduce yet another generation. Although the beautiful and somewhat desirable vampire form doesn't really begin to enter the public consciousness until the mid-1800s, the idea of a human feeding upon the very stuff of life is very much older. The Egyptians, Sumerians, Indians, and Balkan people all had mythos containing vampire-like creatures. The vampire is an interesting figure because it is both horrifying and desirable. Having someone want us so much that they desire to be that closely linked to us does feel good, until we realize there is nothing much of us to give. Nothing much left of us to give. Most of us have heard of the concept of emotional vampirism, the idea that people feed off our energy and our goodwill and take advantage of us through manipulation and their incessant neediness. Should the vampire card appear in your reading, it may indicate that you are being drained in this way and that the time has come for stronger boundaries. Queen of Swords, strength. We need to be very aware of what gives us energy in our lives and what takes it away. We should be aware of needing people to need us and why we invite people like this into our homes, workplaces, and lives, if indeed we have them around us. Developing the emotional intelligence within ourselves helps us defend against this kind of emotional and psychic attack and enables us to foster healthy, equal relationships of all kinds. So what do you need to release? Understand in this time your personal power is to know that you are unbreakable as things unfold. And the last oracle before the pendulum is the Otter Spirit. You are never alone. So for this one, I'm going to read the oracle and the protection message. You can take either of those or both. The oracle message is, like true friends, otters nurture each other and express their affection through touch. Actions such as holding hands and giving hugs offer reassurance that we are never really alone and we are always cherished. Otter Spirit has appeared to remind you to experience and express friendship in tangible and even tactile way. Communicate with your voice, your facial expressions, your gestures and your actions, letting your love express itself beyond just the words you speak. Otter Spirit's message is that presence matters. So remember to be fully present with those you care about, helping them sense the love and affection and appreciation you have for them. Now is a time for a joyful celebration of the love in your life. You have this beautiful Two of Cups here as well, so definitely a strong indicator that you've got a good companion or support around you in some form. Express joy for the love. Now is the time for a joyful celebration of the love in your life that expresses as friendship and companionship. Hug someone, touch their arm, or simply look into their eyes with your full attention, saying, I care, you matter. Make time for friendship. Otter Spirit promises that the moment you reach out, you will remember that you too have many who love and care about you. You are never alone and you are always loved. So the protection message for the otter is, have you been channeling all your affection to just one person or counting only one friend or individual to hold you up, heedless of your resources all around you? You deserve support and love from many people, and when Otter Spirit arrives, you are reminded that you have a community. Somewhere is another friend who wants to experience the joy of giving to you and seeing your happiness as you receive their gift of attention, affection, and kindness. Otter Spirit wants you to open your eyes to see that the love that is available to you in all directions. Do you believe it? Do you feel it? Reach out to someone and you will see that they want to hold your hand as much as you want to hold theirs. Love, support, and friendship are available to you, so connect with community and friends. Definitely a good time for it by the look of it with all this energy in your reading. I think it'd be really, really nice. And nice and refreshing, hey? And especially those that are, always giving, and find it hard to receive. Sometimes it's part of receiving is letting the other person be received, and maybe you can give in that sense, if you know what I mean. It's like a little self-trickery. Anyway, it's good for everyone. The pendulum for group 2. So can we please see what yes is going to look like for group 2, please, Divine Creator? Allow us to see what yes is going to look like. Okay, so gentle, but there it is. And a no for group 2. Wow, okay, thank you. Can I have an answer for group 2's question now? The question they're holding. It's doing circles. It's given me strong maybe energy. Yeah. I don't think it's going to give an answer to that particular question, and it could be for various reasons, like maybe you don't need to know right now, maybe you're not meant to know right now, maybe it's undecided because certain things have to play out. It's definitely going around in circles, but the way it went also makes me feel like just let it unfold. Whatever it's going to be what it's going to be, and it's going to be okay. So let it unfold and continue to make the most out of every open door. Okay, group 2, that's what I have for you in this reading. I hope that it's resonated with you. If you'd like a private reading or a kinesiology balance, feel free to look in the description box. You can book that. And if you liked this reading, please click like. It definitely helps people, helps reach other people that might find benefit from the reading as well. And yeah, I hope it gave you comfort, clarity and guidance, group 2. I look forward to reading for you all again next week. Bye. Hey group 3, welcome to your reading. If you have chosen the Aura Quartz or Angel Aura, then this is going to be your reading. It's so beautiful, this one. So maybe beauty is in the mind. Maybe you're thinking of making your world, your space, yourself more beautiful in some way. It's also about seeing the beauty in life and in all unfolding situations, looking at things through the lens of beauty. Group 3, I know last week I missed your pendulum question, so I'm going to actually do 2 for you to make up for that. So you might like to think of your question 1 and then question 2. I think it'll be important what order you put them in as to your answer. But yeah, you may like to pause the reading if you need more time to think about what 1 will be and what 2 will be. But yeah, I'm going to do that. That feels better for me. I felt really bad after forgetting the pendulum last week. So anyway, group 3, what energy we've got here, I can see, I'm going to call that Sagittarius because that's what it feels like. We've also got Leo here, Pisces, Libra, and Virgo and Cancer all here for you. So that could be you or someone you're dealing with, but it doesn't matter too much. Let's jump into the past energy with the Queen of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. So lots going on in the material world for you at the moment, maybe to do with your finances, your projects, your career, just your life in general, and what you're doing with yourself here on Earth, or where on Earth you find yourself. So the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. What I'm getting here is an adventure. You are seeking more independence by the look of it, or have been recently seeking more independence in your life, in your relationships, or in your living circumstances. It looks like I do feel like you've set out on some sort of journey here or adventure. You've already mastered a great deal of expertise, starting with the Queen of Pentacles. But then when we go to the Knight, it's like you're ready for a new adventure. You're ready to find something else, to let yourself blossom, to spread your wings. That's what it feels like in the past energy. So there's a bit of a journey here that you've embarked upon or are going to, but I think it's in past, so you already have started this journey. And you don't know how it's all going to work out, but I've got a good feeling about it, and I'm sure you do too. And there's going to be lots of signs to let you know you're on the right path. But as we progress into the week ahead, we've got the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands here with the Eight of Wands as well, the Ten of Pentacles. For some of you, there may be a change of where you're living, quite literally, or even a change of career direction. For some of you, there's at least one person anyway. I do feel that this is going to be a time for someone watching this that is single, that you're going to meet someone very important to you. Particularly probably your long-term partner. I do feel that is a strong message for one individual at least. There could be meeting also soul friends and family, people that you feel really drawn to. But this card in particular, I really felt when I saw it, and that, yeah, for those that are single and open to that, there's strong potential for you aligning with a beautiful partnership that stands the test of time. But outside of that message, of course, it's not for everyone, but we do have this message of changes in the home space, changes in the direction of your life, like what your bigger goals are and what you're setting out to succeed in. I think you're having a lot of conversations about where you're going and what you're doing. You might be planning and organizing logistics of things that are changing for you. Some of you may be leaving the town you've always grown up in, or maybe leaving the family home, or there's something going on here that changes your trajectory quite a big way. As we progress later into the week, for some of you there may be also something like putting down a deposit on a home, or like a big financial decision could be impacted here as well. Very much in the material realm, this energy, like your finances, your career, your life direction. In In the end of the week, though, we have got the Five of Cups, Strength, and the Six of Cups. There could be some grief going on around a situation to do with family or people from the past. Maybe you're missing someone from the past. You could be grieving a passed on loved one who's in spirit now. And condolences to you if that is what you're moving through. Be gentle with yourself and lean on friends and family that knew that person. Share stories and keep the memory alive in a beautiful way. But for others of you, there could be a different grief that is troubling you. Maybe there's been some sense of loss and you're really this week trying to hold it together in some regard. And maybe that's what the big change in life is called for. Maybe some of you are working out like a deceased parent's estate or something like that. Like maybe it could be just grief around the loss of a loved one. It does feel quite strong for many for that particular message. I think there may have actually been comments in the recent weeks about that as well from a couple of people. But here, for some of you might be missing home or missing a particular person from the past, a past relationship that is over now. And for those that are having trouble letting go of a past relationship, not passed on but finished with, we've got don't dwell on what might be on the other side of that closed door. Of course, that can relate to other things than relationships, but it is a message from your higher self in this reading to not dwell on things that are left behind. But there is a sense of grief here that you're still potentially processing in a loss or in how things are unfolding. So in the challenge area, you've got the priestess and judgment. So the challenge could very well be that there's a lot of mystery and unseen things going on behind the veil, and you're wanting to make a good judgment call or a good choice or follow the right path, and you've only got your intuition to lean on. So that could be your biggest challenge right now. What will help with the challenge though? Eight of Swords, Five of Swords. Interesting that it's almost like they're reversed. They could have been in the other areas of each other, but nope, that's where they are. So Eight of Swords, Five of Swords in what will help with your challenge is I'm hearing pack up. I don't know what that's referring to, but maybe it's a matter of packing up and moving on or moving forward. Actually, we've got this card too, come to think of it. Uproot your life and leave all that is familiar to you. So there's definitely this energy of things, a big directional change. And you need not fear about it. Eight of Swords is self-doubt, doubting the journey, doubting any possible amount of success, just not feeling confident. It can be imposter syndrome energy. It can be overthinking things, keeping yourself stuck in things that you've actually got the power to change. Interesting, is there something about power here? Yeah, there is actually. You've got the Panther spirit, which I'll read shortly, reclaim your power. And you've even got the new moon eclipse card of expect powerful change. So, there's definitely something going on here. And this one I'll read for you soon as well is Dawn, the light after the darkness, and a little Halloween treat. And look at the way group one had a nice color match too. I really like that vibe. Yeah, but anyway, back to your read. I'm just being called now as I hold up the confidence card and then the Queen of Pentacles. It almost looks like the same beautiful woman here. So I feel like you need to be more confident that you are capable to handle anything. And if there's any sense of loss or empty battlefields you walk away from, or just really mentally challenging, emotionally challenging situations, trust that the way will be revealed. You may not understand everything right now, but the mystery will continue on to unfold, and you will be guided lovingly where you belong, what's right for you. So try not to overthink things right now, and just trust where you are is where you're supposed to be, and it'll unfold as it needs to. In what you don't see coming, you've got a bit of time and solitude with the Hermit. You've also got the Eight of Coins and the Chariot. She does look a little frustrated with the Eight of Coins. Maybe you're feeling alone in your work, or trying to find work could be stressful if that's where you're at right now, like you're going through a career change, or moving to a different place, needing to find work in a new place. But here we have a bit of time on your own, focusing on work, focusing on what you're building. It's kind of like what I got was a bit of an image of someone who's busy working away, and it's been raining for days and days, and then they're working so hard that when they finally stop and look up, they realize the sun has actually come out. And that's what it feels like for you. That's the image I got. I feel like the message in that is that just if you have to be alone for a little while, and just focus on what's in front of you. Trust that before you know it, the shift will happen, and you'll be grateful that you've done what you've done, whatever it is that you need to do. Like, there feels like a bit of groundwork you have to do, but paid work could be coming in for you. I don't know. I just wanted to say Uber driving for some odd reason. Like, that's not obviously for everyone, but maybe someone out there is looking for a little extra hustle money, and 8 of Coins, the Chariot, for, I don't know, I've never said that before, but you know, that maybe that's an option for you, or like, you know, DoorDash or something. See the little monster on the hill here as well. Like, maybe you're coming away from a situation that's a bit stressful, but you're working it out. You're going to work it out. You are working it out. In the outcome, you've got the 3 of Cups. There's definitely celebration energy. However, it came with the 5 of Pentacles, and then it made me feel like perhaps there's a situation where you're feeling a little left out from friends, a little left out from the celebrations. That could be the case. Maybe it's a double message, like some things celebrating and then some things are really hard right now financially, or feeling under the weather in some regard. But the King of Wands is here. It kind of tells me that if you are feeling left out from friends or groups or situations, then I think you really need to trust again. Another message of trust, because the King of Wands is a traveling energy to me. It's like somebody who's really they're a trailblazer. People look up to them. They really travel the unbeaten path sort of person. So you go your own unique way. You are unique and you are fantastic. I really feel like if people around you haven't noticed that or appreciated that, then they're not your people, and that's fine. That's totally okay. But I feel like if you've been looking for your tribe or to make new friends, just keep doing life in the way you do it, and you're going to attract them with the vibration of your spirit. I really feel that with the King of Wands. Like, maybe it kind of feels like you're going on a bit of a journey that's not, like the way isn't made for you. You have to beat down the track. You have to find your own way, and that's not always comfortable, of course. It's challenging. Ace of Pentacles on the bottom, 9 of Swords under it, 8 of Cups. Are you stressed about leaving something behind? The 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups is under it. So it's like there's definitely a lot of stress having to leave something behind, but it brings you a new beginning and wish fulfillment here. And I think there's a lot of, the 10 of Swords. There could have been the end of a relationship or a literal death that's changed things. We said that before as well, didn't we? There's big change here, but you've got to trust that you are a trailblazer, and you're going to go your own way, and you're going to attract exactly what you need as you need it. So let's jump into these oracles and then get your 2 pendulum questions. Again, sorry I missed that last week. I felt really bad after. I'm like, how can I fix it? I don't even know. Now I do. I figured it out today. So Dawn, the light after the darkness. And this is a beautiful little Halloween deck. I like to use a Halloween. Okay, so after the darkest times, the sun will always rise. The dawn will always come. This can be no surprise. Whilst midnight is often thought of as a magical hour, throughout time, dawn has also had its share of the mystical. All manner of magical beings had to return to their true forms by dawn. Werewolves, for example, and vampires could only be active whilst the rays of the sun did not pierce the sky. Dawn and deities of the dawn herald both hope and new life. Goddesses such as Esther, and gods like Helios and Apollo were those who brought new life and the dawn's new light to the world. The journey from the darkest night of the soul to bring a bright and hopeful dawn is one of the deepest, most powerful heroes' paths, repeated over and over in mythology. Should you receive the Dawn card, you're being reminded that there is always a fresh start and a new beginning to be had. Change is unstoppable, and even the most difficult times will pass. No matter how devastating they may seem, hope is one of the most powerful motivating forces in the universe, and it's being indicated here. You can expect powerful change. We already saw that, but is there something standing out here? It says if you want affirmation that you can achieve your dreams and get the desired outcome in your situation you're asking about, then this is it. This is a card of beginnings, and there are powerful energies at work, but be prepared. It could be quite a ride. Events could now even be jarring and uncomfortable. However, any new direction you take will almost always lead somewhere better than where you are at the moment. Whatever is happening now is happening for a reason, and you will appreciate later on. A new portal is opening up, and all you have to do is have the courage to forget about the past and move through it. You're being put back on the right path. There is nothing to fear. And I heard that pack up message before. It was very clear, like pack up. Maybe you needed to sell and clear things out, or just pack things away, or pack up an area to create space for new things to happen in that area, or whatever pack up means to you. But have confidence. That's your superpower this week, is I am confident. Panther Spirit, let's have a look. We've got the Oracle message and the protection message, and I'll read both for you. Is it? Yeah, protection. Reclaim your power. Oracle message is, it takes courage to face challenges, and right now Panther Spirit is here to say that you are braver than you think. Now is the time to take a risk and step into a different aspect of your being. Speak as you have never spoken before. Act as you have always dreamed you might. Have the courage to act. Love fearlessly and fully, and expect to feel the adrenaline rush as you are initiated into a new, braver, bolder self. Panther Spirit says the time for dreaming about what you want to do is giving way to that first courageous act towards reclaiming your Panther Spirit and power. Your new identity may feel strange at first, but you have what it takes, and your soul wants this. Be bold. The protection message, if you need it. You can have both if you like. Are you feeling shaky because you have made a bold move and have not yet seen confirmation that everything is going to work out? Or is fear holding you back? Are you afraid to act until all risk of failure has been removed? The moment when there is no risk whatsoever will never come. So follow the urging of your Panther Spirit within and look your fear in the eye. Have you ever heard the famous line, the only thing we have to fear is fear itself? Stare down your fear and it will retreat and make way for your courage to fill you head to toe. Perhaps you're afraid you can't trust the power that's rising in you, and you fear the qualities you will find within when you look deeply at why you resist the challenge before you. Every part of you, no matter how dark it may seem, has a light quality, so be bold and face it. Own the light and make peace with your shadow. Spirit trusts you, so be brave and trust yourself. It's beautiful. It really goes with that challenge area, or what you can do with the challenge. 8 of Swords, 5 of Swords. Get out of this position. No more weeping and worrying and feeling powerless, because you can reclaim your power and be confident that powerful changes are here, and you can expect the light after the darkness. I love this. Did we read all of those as well? Yes, I think so. The end of a tough... No, I don't think we read this one. The end of a tough cycle is finally approaching. But we did read, don't dwell on what might be on the other side of that closed door, and uproot your life and leave all that is familiar to you. And that kind of sits above the 6 of Cups. Some of you might be walking away from family or a situation to do with that as well. That could be really challenging. But now, oh my goodness, I nearly forgot again. Not going to have that. Okay, group 3. Okay, let's see what the question number 1. But first, let's see what yes is going to look like for group 3. And what no is going to look like. It's very shaky. This is interesting because shaky was a word in that oracle. And what is no going to look like? Good. It's still, yeah, it's a very shaky chain. Okay, so just nice and grounded. What is the answer for group 3's first question? Can I get the answer for group 3's first question? Staying still. It's almost like it doesn't know where it wants to go. It's kind of going in all directions. Like first it's going a little guessy, and then it's a little no-y, and then it's a little shaky, and so that could be reflective of your question or the answer. Can I just get one last chance to have a look at the answer for group 3's first question? oh, it looked like it was going to a yes, and then it's just not. It's really behaving strangely. I don't know if you could see it. It's like sort of just forward and then no, and then like, yeah, like it was, yeah, all right. So maybe that's that particular question. Don't go changing the questions around. I think that's important too for you to get clarity, but always use discernment with such a tool. But anyway, we're going to leave that first question. Unfortunately, it's not clear. And then let's try for the second question group 3 had, if you choose to ask another one. So can I see the answer for group 3's second question? It's really wobbly. Got a bit of subtle yes. It's like it's forcing itself to move or something. I don't know. And it's gone very still. It's like a subtle yes. I don't even know if I would take any of those answers, honestly. I mean, maybe it meant a lot to someone out there the way it behaved, and quite often there's comments that reflect that when the pendulum is acting odd. But it did seem the second question was a subtle yes. Let's just try that one more time. Can I just see the answer for group 3's second question? Doesn't want to move at all. Yeah, it's subtle yes. It's sort of the same as before. It's almost like it's, I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely going yes. Now it's getting stronger. Okay, there's something almost like a sense of hyperventilating, or like a feeling of like just tension or something, or force or pressure, or I don't know. Maybe it's to do with your question. I'd love to hear from you, group 3, because that was definitely very interesting behaviour from the pendulum. But yeah, the second answer was yes. I would say the first one is for whatever reason not revealing. So leave it there for you, group 3. Hopefully that resonated with you and gave you some comfort, clarity, or guidance for the week ahead. If you'd like a private reading, you can book that in the description box, along with a kinesiology balance if you'd like that. That's all the information is there for that. And if you like the reading, click like. It helps other people see the video. Yeah, that's what I have, group 3. So I look forward to reading for you all again next week. Bye.